back here on Couch Coach Live. Okay. The 2 hour ride that is Couch Coach Live. Showtime season T. White's not here, but I got my man Russ. What's going on, Russ?
What's going on, Coach? Thanks for having me.
Yo, class of 2002, Springers, baby. We in here. We in here.
Black and gold, baby.
Black and gold. Best class ever, man. You know. So, and it's funny today, out of all days, as you come in today, we got a Duke-centric type of flavor today. But before we get into this Duke and, this little 20-minute Duke love story, we got to give you our top story. Where we got the Kentucky Wildcats' top 7 scorers are headed to the NBA draft. As we all know, leading the charge is Karl Anthony Towns, who was actually projected to be a first or second overall pick in this year's draft. Got Willie Cauley-Stein, a lottery pick as well. Devin Booker, actually surprisingly a lottery pick. That's what a lot of people saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then Trey Lyles is look like he's going to be between 15 and 25. Dakari Johnson, probably a late first, early second round, and then the Harrison twins, Andrew and Aaron, which, yeah, that's so funny. And you know what? We're not really gonna get into that happening, but you know what's so funny? Because I remember you had the link Sunday morning. I was thinking to myself, this got to be some kind of joke, right? I thought it was like a joke because you think about it. We already know about the boy Hayes from Wisconsin. Talking about the girl stenographer was like, oh man, she's beautiful. You talking into a hot mic. Why would you do that? And I thought it was literally a joke until like SportsCenter had a big deal about it. To be honest with you, I really thought it was a joke.
Like I was listening to it, wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm like, he ain't said what I thought he just said.
Yeah, exactly.
And I seen somebody else post it. I was like, nah, come
exactly.
on. Exactly. Well, funny about it was he covered his mouth when he said it.
Yeah. It's like, you already know, like you on a hot mic, like you already know what happened to the Hayes kid, even though nothing happened to him because he just said that the girl was beautiful. But that people are gonna say that, but which I'm really surprised that with them they're projected to be second round picks. A part of me thinks I would have stayed in school. I don't know about you. If you're a second round pick, you're projected to be a second round pick.
You ain't got nowhere to go but up,
To an extent, but then you're like one shot away from you're probably gonna be in the D League next year. To an extent.
Well, a lot of the cats don't understand, man, is that you get your money off your second contract.
Yeah.
So if you stay in school and even if you a low second round and you ball out, then that next contract will be huge for you.
That's true. And it all depends on where you're going to. That's the thing. You could be in a situation where, you might go to the D-League route and then end up becoming a superstar. We've seen that in the league a couple times. So.
Yeah, but professional sports, it always shows that you got talent, they go find you.
They go find you, yeah, especially in this day and age. So now, I guess we got to get into our Duke love affair. Well, we got to definitely give a... First of all, I got to give you a shout-out for winning the Couch Coach Live Tournament Challenge. We had a tournament challenge where, we had the bracket challenge. So, you have won it. So what I'm going to do while we live here on Ustream, I got to give you the gift card, man, as we, said. And shout out to you, because on the day of the tournament, the Thursday of the tournament, you were like, watch. It's like, Duke going to win. I was like, man, whatever.
That
won,
bracket
man.
was in our favor. You got to look at the bracket.
I know, and that's one thing, and that's why I hated how people was asking me, like, before the brackets came out, like, who gonna win? I'm like, I gotta see a bracket. Because it just depends, like, you just never know. Like people saying, well, I knew UVA was gonna be for Doom in that Charlotte bracket. I was like, they gotta play Michigan State, they Doom. Like,
they were Doom from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah.
When you play a week non-conference schedule like they did, they played my school for crying out. They played Tennessee State.
Yeah.
And blew them out.
Yeah.
Played JMU and cats like that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You ain't battle tested,
Yeah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Especially, especially with those, because those non-conference games pretty much almost in a sense gives you ready for the tournament. It's how it stacks you against competition down the road. And also, we got they defeated Wisconsin by the final score of 68-63. Coach K has captured his 5th title since 1980. Definitely one of those things. This was one of those years where it's like I think this might have been his best championship. To be honest, I mean, from a standpoint of, I wouldn't say, we got to still think about the Leitner years, the Grant Hill years, and the 2010 team, 2001. But to do it in a style where everybody's really like done guys, he's did that. You got to think about that 36 points in that second half was all freshmen. I mean, you normally don't,
I mean, I wouldn't say it's most challenging, but his basketball it was most challenging.
Yeah.
He had to do something that he's not used to doing.
He's not.
And he showed he showed America that he's the greatest coach ever. He is. And I'm not saying that as a Duke fan, fanatic, however you want to label me, but he's one showing he can move with the times and still be successful.
And I think that's what makes this year more impressive, because most time when you associate Coach K, you're thinking, okay, when he has a senior laden team or a team with eons of experience, oh, they're the favorite. This team was like literally 8 deep, and people was thinking to themselves like, they're not gonna go nowhere. They're 8 deep. They're young. So to me, it's for the modern day era of coaching. He's there. He's the best coach of this era. Of all time, he's at the dinner table.
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
I mean,
along with the that we'll get into it later. Gino,
and that's why that's one thing I wanted, and I was gonna kind of bring it up too with the UConn. Like, what's more impressive in your eye? Because we got to talk about UConn, who defeated Notre Dame for their 3rd straight title. That's the 10th championship under Gino Auriemma. Now, 10 championships on his level and 5, like you said, different decades and different eras and different styles. That's what I'm like. What, like, you gotta, like, they are, like you said, they are at the dinner table. But who is at the head of the dinner table in between these two?
Well,
like,
I have to say Gino.
Yeah.
10 titles, but he's doing it in a time where quality girls are going everywhere, and he's still quote unquote smacking them around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's still getting the crop of the crop. I've never seen Gino break a sweat on the sideline.
I know. And I mean, and it's so funny because it's just so weird. Like he's so comprised. It's almost like when they interviewed him Tuesday, I almost felt like he was like, it was just a day in the park. Like, you see him on a Sunday afternoon, like he get ready to grill or do something, something that ain't basketball related, nothing pressure packed like that.
Yeah, I've done this 9 times already.
I know. It's like, I know, and it's just like, it baffles me to think like, it looks like it's coming so easy to him. Which, like you said, there is, everybody's not scrambling to go to UConn like they used to. There's a difference, and everybody's like, scattered around the country. That's what makes it. I think that makes it impressive at this stage. But I think what Coach K has done is definitely, definitely impressive in my eye.
Absolutely.
I mean, me being a Carolina fan.
Shout out to Duke.
See, come on, man. See, that's the moment I said, Duke. But it's all good though. We definitely got to give a shout out. We had actually there's a new head coach at VCU. Shout out to Will Wade. He's was the former head coach at Chattanooga, where he was 42-25, and also was an assistant under Shaka Smart, who's now at University. So definitely shout out to him. Got that's a nice hire for the boys down on Broad Street.
Absolutely, Coach Dub. That's my man. Came in like he ain't miss a beat. So
yes, sir.
It's good when family come back home.
Yep. So we're gonna also another story. Unfortunately, we had Illinois State coach among 7 dead in a plane crash. We had actually Illinois State associate head coach Torrey Ward and deputy athletic director Aaron Leach had died with their small plane crash while heading back to the NCAA tournament final on on Monday night going into Tuesday morning. So definitely thoughts and prayers are with the family as well as the universities.
Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir. Yep. So that's up our starting lineup. Come back, we're gonna talk a little NBA news and notes, and our boy D Rose is back. Who's your favorite NBA team? Come to think about it.
Oh, mine is the Orlando Magic.
Oh man.
I was there with McGrady and Shaq. Man, that was my boys, man.
Yeah.
I gotta ride with them. I don't leave my squad.
They starting to come back up though. Yeah, matter of fact, and we got y'all beat us last night. What we do, we'll talk about it on the.
It was all the way around, ain't it?
I know, right? This has been a horrible. This has been a horrible sports year for me. But we'll be right back here on Couch Coach Live.
Go Duke.
Tar Heels. That scares me. For him to be that young and that. I know, man. It's a shame, man. Like,
you better pull a Jason Kidd. Start coaching.
He need to go to Phoenix where they.
You better go overseas.
They're not rehabilitating like Grant Hill.
Yeah, exactly. He go to his
Shoot. I don't know what happened. Speaker's supposed to be like that.
You got any of that kind of stuff?
I just got the cell phone right here.
That's probably why it's
Okay.
interacting with them. You see how it did it when you moved it?
Okay, yeah, I moved it. I was trying to say about it. But yeah, man, I was like, alright.
You good?
I think so, yeah.
Good. What's going on?
It's still going haywire. And my electronics is like over here. So is that?
It's your cell phone.
Let me just turn.
See, it's your cell phone.
What's going on with my cell phone?
Have no idea.
Alright, you have any music I can just put on?
Try plugging it back up. Excuse me, I don't want to be all up.
No.
Try plugging it up, but
Oh wait.
yeah.
Okay. That's a little bit better. Grab this thing, like. Oh, here you go. Gift card, sir. Sir, 25 on me. No doubt. No wings.
Dedicated to Duke. Every time I get one.
I know, right? We're back here on Couch Coach Live. Shout out to Russ. Coming in, guest co-host, doing his thing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Class 2002, let's go.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. But yeah, so we had before we went on the break, we talked about we were getting to our NBA news and notes. Our boy Derrick Rose is back. I guess for now,
Unfortunately.
What is he unfortunate for?
He's body breaking down.
I know, man.
I mean,
Like,
sooner or later he gonna be like Patrick Ewing with the wrapping his knees and
knee
every
band,
break.
with the big knee band.
Yeah, nice pass.
I know, right? Hey, man. Hey, like that. The 2011-2012 NBA MVP returned after missing 20 games after going arthroscopic knee surgery on his right knee. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, not pretty good. I mean, with 19 minutes, he scored 9 points and 2 assists. And unfortunately, Victor Oladipo had scored a game-winning layup to beat the Bulls with their 25th game of the season. They beat them 105-103. And as Russ said, the Magic is his squad. So, taking L's everywhere.
Shout out to the Magic.
And, we take an L here, basketball, college, not college, but NFL, college basketball. I know, man. Hey, it's like that, though. Also, we have some news actually from a local prospect. Former Hermitage High School and current Indiana forward Chris Copeland was stabbed early Wednesday at a New York City nightclub. The former Panther underwent surgery for stab wounds in his elbow and abdomen. So, yeah.
Wish him speedy recovery, but he got what he deserved. And I mean, I don't wish harm on nobody, of course. But you were a pro athlete during the season. Why are you in the club?
That's what I said.
Ain't nothing but bad news gonna come out there.
Like you said, you skip Bayless with yours. What Skip Bayless say after 12 o'clock?
Nothing good happened, man.
Nothing good happened after 12.
Go on, man. You got the whole all season to party, drink, club,
yeah,
whatever your vice is. You got the all season to do that.
Yeah, and that might be next week. For real.
4 more games.
4 more games.
I guess he started his vacation early.
Yeah, and then I was like, because he ended up dislocating his elbow too, I think.
I know. Cephalosha, he done. He broke his leg.
I know. I was like, man. Tabo, that's a LeBron stopper. I remember when he was with the Bulls, I used to be like, yeah, he's LeBron stopper. Watch.
I never had millions, but I can just imagine if I did, I'll be drinking milk, getting tucked in.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I would be a choir boy. Like I literally I'll be a choir boy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what exactly. That's what I'm thinking to myself. I don't know why do these guys do that. In a sense, because to me, you're a target.
Absolutely.
In the first place, it ain't like a normal guy struggling. We might can go out and ain't nobody gonna mess with us. Versus, I know that guy. He's $1 million guy. I know because USA Today releases how much you get paid.
Forget all that. We seen you drove with the club man.
Yeah, exactly. You seen that, right? I was like, come on, man. And then what's so funny about the Hawk situation? It was so funny because when I heard of the news, I was like, didn't the Hawks just play like a home game against Phoenix? I was like, yo, what do y'all? So once the game was over, y'all flew to New York. What in the world? That's what made me I was so confused because I was like, I thought they had a game tonight against the Phoenix. They beat them by 30 points. I was like, I know they played Brooklyn the next day, but I didn't think dang. They was like, yo, we going to New York.
Oh yeah, the club's gonna be open by the time we get there. It's party.
Exactly. But that's like you saying, that's just to me, it's just crazy, man.
A speedy recovery though.
Yeah, big time. Shout out to him. Shout out to those guys down in Hermitage. But the Basketball Hall of Fame class 2015. Before we get into that. There's one particular guy who I don't think deserves to be in it. You might disagree. John Calipari at this stage. I'm on the fence.
It's one of them decisions where I'm not mad that he's not. I'm not mad that he is. Because you can make a case both ways.
Yeah.
But I guess to answer my own question, if it's both ways, then the answer should be no.
That's what I say too.
I
was like, I know John Chaney's yeah.
Man, Chaney was sending goons after playing the basketball.
I told my kid hit your kid in the mouth.
Man, I loved every second of
That was so funny. And next time I see you, I was like,
you went in the game. The only time you'll get in there.
Exactly.
I need you to do some damage.
I told my kid to hit your kid in the mouth. Oh my gosh, yo.
Yeah, that was classic.
Yeah, it was, man. It was awesome, though.
And the explanation he gave after that was even better.
Exactly. He was like, they was giving me hell down in West Virginia. Yeah. I mean, and it's so funny that when you think about it on the surface, if you don't look at it like deep down, you would think Coach Calipari won like 2 or 3 national championships by now. But he's only won 1, and that was 3 years ago. It's so funny how... It's funny. It's one of those things how I think especially how the modern day how it's looked upon as far as sports wise that we put guys on such a high pedestal because I'm thinking he done got as much rings as Coach K. I mean, the fanfare that he gets.
Yeah.
And I mean I understand that he's great as far as getting McDonald's All-American and only let him play like 20 minutes a game.
And that's it. I mean I think he's a masterful recruiter.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
You know, like the championship they won at Kentucky, he basically let them play pickup. He really ain't do too much play calling, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
he gets the kids in school. That's why I admire Coach K, because he could do a little bit of everything. You know, he could the kids stay 4 years. If they don't stay 4 years, they still learning. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And that's one thing, yeah. So the 11-member class will be inducted into the Hall of Fame on September 11th. Notable ones that we talked about: John Calipari, longtime referee Dick Pavetta, Lisa Leslie, Dikembe Mutombo, and JoJo White. So it's a nice class for that one.
Yeah, Lisa should have been in.
Yeah, she should have been in there. She should have been in there. And now, there's another one thing I want to talk about with that too. You know, should there be an NBA Hall of Fame as well? I've always lobbied that for years. Basketball is cool, you know, as far as a combination of talent and everything, but they should also have an NBA one as well. Even though it's almost 70 years in, it might be, you know, a little bit too late for that.
Not necessarily. You know, I mean, it's not one of baseball either. Baseball is baseball.
Baseball altogether, yeah.
So, basketball go way deep, baseball go way deep. I'm fine with it like it is.
And I mean, it makes it a little bit, you know.
I mean, they got their top 50, I guess. You know,
yeah,
that's
similar. Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do. Well, that's right, because I guess 7 ain't really a milestone. Maybe they do something at the 75th year, which is what, about 5 or 6 years from now.
Yeah.
Maybe they do like a 75th anniversary team or something like that. But
never say never.
Never say never. You're right. And like you said, I don't know. I'm really always on the fence because it's almost like it leaves people, you know, in and out of the picture. And then your boy Christian Laettner's in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
I mean, he was a great player. He was. I mean, you gotta look at the time that he was. I mean, no player in history went to 4 Final Four.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's never gonna happen.
It
never
one
will.
And done. It never will happen
No.
again. That's why college basketball now is so jacked up.
That's what I say too. And that's what I'm saying. It's like these. You don't have a chance to see these guys develop and grow. That's why I'm hoping that rule changes. I know I've been back and forth with it all the time, because like you're saying, like your case, just imagine if you like, dang, if Jaleel Okafor come back, and this just a hypothetical. We know he's leaving, but as far as like Justice Winslow, Tyus Jones, if they, you know, the thing you say like, dang man, just imagine if they come back next year. The college match how sweet would be, but they're gonna be gone, and that's what, and it's sad because now when you see a guy who stays in 4 years like a Frank Kaminsky, you kind of look at him like he's weird. He looks like an anomaly. Like he looks like, well, why is he still in school? And then it's like, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it's a shame.
It's no real rivalries no more because of that. I mean, Duke Carolina a rivalry, but right now it's really not a rivalry.
It's one-sided.
I mean,
to an extent.
To an extent, but it's also the fact that the kids in the rivalry, they're not gonna play again after that.
Exactly. And then, it's gonna be a whole group of guys where it's gonna be like freshman on freshman.
Yeah, and
then it's just and
like when Hansborough and Henderson got into it, when Henderson bust Hansborough in the nose,
you don't see that.
That was seniors, man. They really hated each other.
They hate
Them
each
cats
other.
don't hate each other after 1 year.
No, cause you're not even a part of the rivalry. You just there. You just there for the semester, in a sense. So I that's one thing too. I like. It's so weird though. I mean, it's just amazing how it is now. Like as far as the one and done and stuff. That's how I would say if I had the power to change it, I would say 2 years. And I think that it help NBA scouts reject talent too, which will help the game in return.
I agree, but I don't. And I say it because if a kid good enough to go, you shouldn't stop. You know what I mean?
True.
But at the same time, it's ways you could do it. And like if you declare and you don't get drafted and you can't go back. I mean, as far as like in high school, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I just don't like taking opportunities because you never know a kid's financial situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what a lot of guys now, not now, but just in general, they struggle with that, and it's like I don't understand. Like I wouldn't know anything about it because I was never as a teenager put in a position to take care of my home. So that's why I can't, like you're saying, you're right about that. Because because even I'm to a point where even if you were 18 or whatever, if you do want to do that, you can go, but it's like a situation where they put you like in a D league or somewhere like, because some of these guys need to, instead of doing one of that, which I said, send them to something like that because it's almost, you're gonna waste college's time anyway. And plus, like you're saying, these guys, you're forced them to go to school now, and just imagine almost like Emmanuel Mudiay, his situation, where he was supposed to go to SMU and then now he went to China because he was going to get a $1 million deal, because he had to take care of business with his family, versus a guy, okay, I gotta do this at third, then I gotta go to school for a year, and then who knows how my stock is gonna be after a year. So
I mean, it's the way you could do it. It wouldn't. My way would never be implemented.
What's your way?
My way was put it on the college instead of putting it on the NBA. Like if you make a kid do a year before he step on a basketball court, then that's gonna show that he gonna be a student. For one, you see what type of study habits he got.
Yeah.
And then he could do his year. By the time he did the second year, that'd be 2 years. You know what I mean? So 2 years on campus, 2 years of the first year he can get some training and stuff like that. But I don't like these young cats getting exposed, but at the same time, I can't stop them making money.
And that's one thing too. It's almost like you it's like you're such on the fence about it because you're like you understand like these kids, just like everybody as an adult. Like you're 18 years old, you have the power to make your own money, but in the same token, you're in a business where it's a dog-eat-dog world where they're gonna chew you and spit you out, and if you come back a second year, they're gonna point out your deficiencies and stuff. Almost kind of like what Marcus Smart. You think about like how he came back his sophomore year, and you see how, even though he was a lottery pick, but people were projecting him really high, as a top 5 pick, and then you see that incident that happened with the fan and how that was under the microscope real heavy.
But that was on him.
That's on him. That's true. That was a bonehead move on him. But that's what I'm saying. Then with him, making that type of error in college, it didn't affect him. But
would you rather him make that in college, or you rather him make that under the shield, the NBA shield,
which he would be suspended for a great amount of time, and sponsorships, and he could, either or. I'm just one of those things where it's like I think if a kid, I said put it this, you can go to college, but if you don't want to go to college, go somewhere like the D League where they give you maybe like $500,000 a season or something.
If you could go overseas and shoot bullets,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. just like Emmanuel Moutier, Emmanuel Moutier. So I mean, just like that type of situation. So yeah, we so so now we'll jump back into the NBA news and notes where we got to definitely give a shout out to Sacramento Kings center Sim Bular.
Do we really?
Huh?
Do we really?
Man, hey man, he's the first person of Indian descent to play in the NBA. Man, he's breaking trends out here.
I mean, he's Indian as it, but he's from Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada. Yeah, he's from Canada. It's like
the first bucket I seen, he only scored one bucket.
He only scored against Utah last night.
I'm making sure that was the same one.
Yeah, he scored that bucket. Yeah,
he had so much trouble backing that little dude up.
He did.
He's not going to be there long.
Yeah, I mean he's on a 10-day contract, and I mean just yeah.
Once I saw that, he should have been cut on the spot.
I mean, hey. That's what I'm telling you. That's what's so funny about it. I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you, to be honest with you, I think that's one of the reasons why you see a guy like Karl Anthony Towns and Jahlil Okafor drafted so high, because of the shortage of big men. Because that's why it's just amazing how these guys with these bad skill sets are in the league. Like, I swear to you. I remember, because 2 years ago I went to the ACC tournament, and I seen Maryland play, I think, like Florida State or whatever. And it's so funny, I kept on looking at Alex Len, and it was like, there's no way on God's green earth this man is going to be a lottery pick.
Man.
Like, and he ended up being like the 6th pick in that draft, because I think he got drafted at Nerlens Noel.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was like, this man is getting bullied on the floor. And I think that's when they had I think Florida State had like a 7-foot dude there too. So that's how I was like,
I know Okafor, that's my man, but as dominant as he was in college, it's so many flaws in this game that another year would do a service to him. But you won your championship, they saying you could be number one, you gotta go.
It depends on where he go. I just hope he don't go to New York.
If they get that lottery pick, that's where he go.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And that's why I'm like, like you said, the money is fine, but she's just going to be in such a messed up situation.
And honestly, I don't think he was the best big man. I think Winslow was way better.
Yeah. Winslow's nice, yeah. He definitely came on, and round out NBA news notes, definitely got to give a shout out to Avery Johnson, who was actually named the head coach at Alabama. So definitely give him a shout there, See what he can do at a football school, pardon me.
Yeah, so, I want to know if he's going to be able to recruit. That's going to be his biggest issue. That's
all. Like I can't. I mean, just imagine seeing him coming to 17-year-old kids' houses and how he
and the 17-year-old kid bigger than him, the guard bigger than him.
I know, right? So. Yeah, and it's like he about the size of the mama. I mean, he about the height of the mama. But yeah, we shall see. But what we do, we take a brief time out. We come back. We dive into our fair or foul. Let's talk about Byron Scott and the NBA Players Choice Awards. We'll talk about that. We'll be right back. This is Couch Coach Live.
Dude from Kings or whatever.
Yes.
But he lost the ball and he threw it back and he gave back.
Yo, that was so embarrassing.
Come on, man. Dude gave it to him like, you don't score on this little dude. He gave it right back to him. Like, nah, you better score.
Yeah, man. I was like, that's a trip.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this something like this Foxville Conference.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We'll do.
I got to pull out the article, but I do another song. you know what's so funny? Remember that time when Kobe was on Jimmy Kimmel?
Who?
Kobe was on Jimmy Kimmel. He looked like how embarrassed he looked. You know as they beat the Celtics.
What, Nick Young was celebrating?
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it's almost like you thought when you inherited this team that you were gonna, that you were gonna have any type of talent. Like besides Kobe, Ross is gutted, man. Like, let y'all get K Love next year.
Alright. He on the bench.
Who?
Nick Young. I ain't really been looking at him.
I ain't been looking at him either.
So, the way he be celebrating and stuff, I thought he was starting.
I thought he was balling. I thought he at least a 15 points per game score for them. Because I gotta read up on this real quick. Because I seen it. And if I got to save it, yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it, yeah. I don't know who we gonna build around me besides Coleman or Kobe's last year next year.
What? I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, we gonna say yeah.
I know what I would do.
Just let me know whenever you're ready, Coleman.
I'm ready. All right.
Back here on Couch Coach Live. All right, so we gotta go into our fair or foul. What we do, we'll discuss two topics where we deem it either fair or foul. I do first one. Byron Scott. Wow, the LA Lakers. I think at this point they've lost 56 games, which is the most games they've lost in franchise history.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So and as we all know that Byron Scott is the coach there, and he kind of put the onus on the players. So what he told the LA Times on Monday that I got a sense of a whole lot of them I wouldn't want to be in a foxhole with, Scott said after Monday's practice. I think they'd end up shooting me in the back. So I've got a pretty good sense of the guys that I think are going to be around, that we will build together in this process and go through it. End quote. So is it fair or foul for Byron Scott to call out these guys?
I think it's fair. I think more importantly, not only did he call out his guys, he called out his GM. He's saying, I need better guys. I need guys I can trust, not necessarily superstars, but guys I can coach up and, coach my brand of basketball. And if he ain't got it, then this was going to keep happening. You're going to keep losing 52 games until Kobe retire and you can build up in the draft and draft the guys you want.
What's so funny? I gotta agree with you. I think this is definitely fair because like you're saying, look what I said. Is it Jerry? Is it because Jim is the father, the one. So it's Jerry Buss.
No,
it's Jim Buss. That's why I'm gonna make sure before because I don't butcher the past.
Okay.
You know. But exactly, he has left the cupboard bare to the bare essentials. Like there's not even bread. There's not nothing in that cupboard. Like it's empty. Like I mean, your shining star is Jordan Clarkson. Like I mean, seriously.
I mean, it's a good piece though.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice. You can't win a championship. You can't. You're not gonna be competitive in the East. I mean the West with a guy like Jordan Clarkson. It's just to be honest and just to be fair, and be 100% with ourselves. So.
Let me throw something at you though.
Yeah.
What if they
Well, if he trades Kobe, there's a nice trading partner.
You go clear up some cap space.
Yeah.
You definitely go get some draft picks. You
Yeah.
know. He's only be there a year, maybe 2 at the most.
2 year.
Go ahead and cut your loss and start building up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I would, if I was them, and it's easier said than done. I would try to lure Kevin Love because we all know that he's not happy in Cleveland. He's not one of LeBron James's boys. We know that for a fact.
Bosh won't either. He got a ring though.
Yeah, exactly. But to me, I would go for Kevin Love.
Why?
Hometown kid.
Okay, but when Kobe leave, it's just gonna be Love. Is Love good enough to win a championship by himself?
No. He's a pieces. There's pieces. We need pieces. No, I'm telling you, this is not an overnight thing. This is gonna be a work. This damn near like let's bulldoze out. This is like Tiger Woods' wife like destroying the house. Like we tear it from the we gotta blow this thing on.
And that's why you need to trade Kobe.
And that's why and that's why I say
Love.
And if you do, that Chicago will be nice and willing to take Kobe Bryant for 1 year. That'd be a nice little,
Absolutely.
come on to Chicago, Kobe.
Love is not the answer. If anything.
Yeah, he's not the answer, but he's a piece. He's a piece to a puzzle.
How many years Rose got on his contract?
Huh?
How many years Rose has on his contract?
He signed it in 2000.
Yeah, about 5, something like that.
At least 4.
At least 4.
At least 4.
All right, yeah, my situation would work then. But I was about to say, go ahead and try to get Rose for the low. Trade him to Chicago.
Yeah, trade him. Yeah, let him come to Chicago. He actually at one point was looking at house in Chicago. So
I mean, he come to Orlando, no income tax,
And speaking of Orlando, y'all might end up getting our coach. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been hearing some stuff. I was like, man, this can't be real. Like, y'all gonna get rid of this man? Like,
and it's not his fault. He's not hurt. He's not.
Yeah.
Adrian Rose,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and it just trips me out how management. They just think. I'm telling you, it's so much ego in management. Like, it's a trip. Like, if this man winning, he's created an identity for you, and you want to get rid of him regardless of what happens. I'm like, it's dumb.
Huh? My job on line. Yeah, throw somebody under the bus.
Exactly, but yeah. From that one. Now I want to get into our other topic, the NBA Player Choice Awards, which the NBA Player Association has launched its own annual awards that will be voted on by the players. The program will feature anonymous voting by players. Actually, since 1981, awards have been voted on by a panel of media members as well. So according to their awards, they're going to try to have something like in July, as far as have some type of, I guess at their league meetings or whatever, to try to, for their for their player choice awards. So my thing is it fair or foul for the players to have a player's choice awards?
I guess you could say push. I mean, I'm not against it, but I would rather them to the awards they have now, like give the players like 30% or something like they had 30 to vote, and instead of
almost like the Pro Bowl in the sense where it's kind of divvied up.
Yeah.
Well, do they still divvy it up like that, or is it?
I think they divvy up on the reserves. I think the starters still picked by the fans. But.
Yeah. Now, back in our day, we would go to Foot Locker and do. You remember the little votes, like little pencil in? And, man, those were the days, though. That used to be so cool. It was like, yo, let's go to Foot Locker and Fairfield Commons and vote for the NBA All Stars.
Man, I ain't never did that, but
man, that's right. You know me in school when I was in middle school. I was a dog, man.
I was always at some kind of practice, whether football, track, baseball,
you know me.
Something.
I was a dog. I had to do like voting for the NBA All Star game in Foot Locker and stuff, and that's how I got down back in 20 years ago.
Man, I ain't had no time. I spent the average like 17 hours in school a day.
Yeah, man.
So I was going to sleep.
Pretty much. But so you said you on the fence about it.
I mean, they want to do their own thing. You know, I mean, media. I mean, it's different when you get them actually play the game. So media sometimes really don't know what they're looking at. So it's cool if they want to do it that way. It's fine, speech is on. But I'd rather the media let them in. Give them a third. You know what I mean? And maybe they will maybe the players let the media in closer with them by doing that. It could be a give take type thing.
Yeah, that's one thing. To me, I don't know how this one. I think in a sense it's fair because either way, they both like media gonna have their favorites and players are gonna have their favorites. Like case in point, like LeBron James said the other day. Shout out to LeBron James. Man, I tell you, that Bosley, I'm gonna call LeBron like 5-10 years. Once this go away, hey, LeBron, who did that airline for you? That I was like, shout out to Bosley. Yeah, they do miracles. But anyway, they interviewed him the other day, and they asked him who his MVP, and he said, me.
What are you supposed to say?
And that's what he's supposed to say. And that's what I'm saying. That's what he's
like
supposed to say. And he's right. Because there's still other good competitions here and there. I mean, it's it is, I think to me it's like a 3 or 4 man race. I mean, at this stage. But I mean,
depends on your criteria.
And then what if Kevin Love was voting? He would vote for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, definitely want LeBron.
They want LeBron. I'm telling you,
you wonder why ain't no love there.
I know exactly.
No pun intended.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you. And then I think, to be honest with you, I don't know if that could possibly affect him NBA wise. I know we totally off cusp, but oh well. But when you think about it, that can kind of like that reputation is gonna follow him because Minnesota was the same way. Because a lot of people they won't people that love Kevin Love in Minnesota, and then you think like, oh, LeBron James, you in a good situation. You winning. You were look how it done turned J.R. Smith.
Mind you, he wanted to be there.
Yeah, imagine he wanted to be there, and now it seemed like he's just like disinterested.
And J.R., you ain't heard a peep from him.
I know. I'm telling you, J.R. Smith has been the quiet boy.
It's funny winning carries everything.
Yeah, winning is what they say is the ultimate deodorant. Because J.R. Smith, I swear, that J.R. Smith has been a poster child.
He got a road. That's what he is.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's the difference between the Bulls back in the day and like other teams, right? They had a superstar, i.e. LeBron, and you got cats that play that role. He a shooter.
Yeah.
He not do too much on D. He just go shoot.
He'll shoot.
And you'll live with that.
And then him being in New York, it was so much pressure and
the limelight.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
God,
and Rihanna coming to town. I got to party with her.
Rihanna,
I gotta chill with her.
Courtside,
exactly.
Beyonce.
I gotta chill with them. They want me to come. Hey, I'm gonna come through and just chill. I mean, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, man, like he said, Cleveland, all it is just play 2K and play basketball. Which, hey, and that's one thing. Like with Kevin Love, is like I don't know if that's like even this whole LA situation. It's almost like it's weird because like if you try to get him. What's going to be his role? Do you want him to be like the number one guy, like he was in Minnesota, and see what happened with that situation? Even though they didn't build a good team around him,
he would never be a one guy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said.
But if you
get him with Kobe and Kobe leaves, and retires, you in the same boat.
But then, is he gonna work with Kobe? Is he gonna be like Dwight Howard? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as because to me, Kevin Love reminds me of a loner, like in a sense. Like he looks like he's like very antisocial and very he's not into the like quote unquote team dynamic, which
he's not. Difference between him and Dwight. Dwight has done remarkable things.
Yeah, no question.
You know, but this is just if he was walking on the street right now, most America wouldn't know who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you're right. Right? I kid you not. Even though I'm a basketball aficionado, he's on the cover of GQ. I don't know if it was last month or 2 months ago. I was at a bookstore and I was like, and I had to wrap my brain around it. I was like, that's Kevin Love. Like I'm not saying like I forget about him, but just imagine if I kind of
forget about him.
And that's what I'm saying. Just imagine how like if the casual fan would feel, as far as knowing him and what have you.
And you want this guy in LA to lead your squad.
He's a hometown guy, man. He's a hometown guy, and you know what?
Is that hometown guy will set out the Staples Center?
But him and Russ, put him and Russ together. Russell Westbrook, put them two together.
Yeah, he put them two together, and Russ will sell out the Staples
Center. No question.
And Love was not
sure. No question, but put them two together because they best. So I think that's the only person he can play with at this stage. I think he cool with him, but we shall see though. But yeah. So what we're gonna do? Take a brief time out. At the top of the hour, we do our NFL news and notes, and continue with our fair or foul segment. We'll be back on the second hour half of Couch Coach Live. We'll be right back. I know. Sound? How does sound?
It sound good.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, all right.
You about to use that water? Don't drink. It's water in the drink.
All right. Okay. What's it?
What you playing?
This young it's some dude named Uchi who makes this like these little crazy beats. It's kids out house party.
Okay. Uchi.
Huh?
Yeah, internet bugging on my computer.
For real?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my hotspot.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I'll get back up, man.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, of course. We're back here on Couch Coach Live, the second half of Couch Coach Live. Shout out to my man Russ, class 2002 in the building.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to have you. So here to go out NFL news and notes. Shout out to Gary Blunt. Super Bowl champion. New England Patriots running back has been suspended for the first game of the 2015 season. And from what they're saying, it stems from an arrest, earlier last year when he was with the Steelers. Him and the Le'Veon Bell situation on the way to the airport. And also, Le'Veon Bell was also suspended for the first 3 games, and he's fined a game check for the 4th game. And they claim it's the violation of the league's substance abuse policy, which he plans on appealing. So.
Of course he is.
Of course, and he has to. I mean, no question. Hey, this is one of those things where this is gonna be kind of odd. When this happened like 2 years ago, I was thinking something crazy might happen in this trial. We had to do Aaron Hernandez trial update. The former New England Patriots tight end. Now, the judge in the murder trial is reprimanded a local TV station after 2 jurors reported that they will follow home yesterday, which is a possibility that it could lead to a mistrial. And today was the 3rd day of deliberation on jury deliberation, so it's at a stage where we'll see how this gonna play out.
It's ugly all the way around.
I know, man. That's why I was like, it's kind of like, this is one of those things where this starting to smell a little fishy. I think this whole case in itself.
I was more upset to the fact that his fiance basically snitched on him. I'm like,
I know.
I was more upset about that.
I was just like, whoa. Like, she literally, she was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was like, I don't know if I come to my sister's defense or do I come to his defense. I'm like,
you can't do 2 years for me. I'm about to get life.
But that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Like, isn't that crazy? I mean, that was her sister boyfriend though. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's man. That's like, y'all crazy, man. Like, this I don't know, man. It's like some family. This like what I call it. Like, I mean, hey, I don't know, man.
I'm glad it ain't me.
Who you telling? So I'm glad. I like you. I'm like me. I like what you say. I just go home and drink a glass of milk and tuck myself.
Yeah, I'm boring now.
Yeah.
Them college parties and all that stuff.
No.
I'm done with those days.
Oh yeah. And isn't that crazy though? You be thinking it's like you right, man. I'll be like, I mean, I call ourselves young old. We young old people.
Man.
We still young, but there's some stuff that gets really old.
Shoot, we about to cross that line real soon. Though.
Really? Shoot, like I said, might be having a ball on speed down.
Oh, yeah.
Be like LeBron.
Yeah, I get to that point, I'll just go ahead and cut it all off.
I know, that's what we, matter of fact, shout out to JJ, we be talking about that all the time. We be like, what I do if I have to go bald, because, he's bald, and he's like, well, it's going to happen one day. I was like, watch. I'd be like Carlos Boozer, with the little, what they call it, the Chinatown Rents.
Oh, yeah,
the Kiwi. The Kiwi.
The Caesar.
The Kiwi. the painted on.
Yeah.
Like your boy in China 12.
Like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. But yeah. And also, other news, we had Lawrence Tynes, the former NFL kicker, is suing the Buccaneers for $20 million. Tynes and two other players contracted MRSA, which actually is a potentially fatal infection. Tynes alleged that the Bucs ignored the health and safety of the locker room, and that the doctors failed to diagnose the proper diagnosis of the infection. So, $20 million.
And he should get every dime of it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
He should, man.
Because it's just like exactly something like that where like the cleanliness has got to be.
They ain't take care of my man for one, and then
yeah.
Two, they didn't keep it confidential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I thought about that because it's like that should be like a HIPAA violation.
They should have kept it to themselves. You know, treated this man and got him back out there or cut him or whatever they want to do with him.
Yeah.
But, man, you can't stop somebody from making money.
I know, and you know what's so funny about that? Because it's almost like I don't know but from the recollection of it, it made it almost seem like it was his fault at the time. Because that's why I kind of remember how they kind of painted the picture like as if like he was the one, not saying like he was the.
Oh, I found the bottle of fun guy. Let me spray the locker room.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like it was almost like he was like you said, like you read just like that. It's almost like he was the one that
Man, get that man his money. Give him $10 million. Call it the settlement.
Exactly.
Power ease.
Exactly.
All you doing is bringing negative attention to your overtime.
Exactly. And I know, get that man, like you said, get that man $20 million, and and move on. You about to get crab leg Winston, and just
man,
move on with it. But yeah,
keep all the crab legs he want.
I know, right? So what's your before we kind of not backtracking, but your thoughts on Jameis Winston as far as going to Tampa Bay or vice versa?
A cat like that needs weapons.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay has no weapons.
How you said they don't?
I don't think they do. Not enough for him.
Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson.
Benson's getting up there.
He's getting up there, yeah.
Mike really don't have. To me, he don't have that speed. He a big target.
Yeah,
but
big target.
He'll catch you get close on him.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's almost like Tebow. And the reason I say that when Tebow was in Florida, I always said Tebow was horrible.
Yeah.
Tebow had All-Americans all around. And when he gets to the point where he's playing with average cats and they playing against All-Americans, quote unquote, he get exposed.
Yeah.
So with that offensive line, with the lack of running game he's gonna have Mike, but that's gonna be about it. I think he's gonna get exposed.
And that's great to say. And it's another, but wherever he goes, they're not gonna have weapons because you're looking at Tennessee. If he goes there, and a part of me is like, don't go number 5. If you go to number 5, I'm telling you, I swear. I was telling my other co-host Showtime. If we hit 3 weeks from tonight, and the Redskins get either one of them, my head's gonna explode. Like literally.
But I will say that he's better than RG3. I will put that out there.
I mean,
I'm not being the Redskin hater that I am.
You're a humongous hater.
I'm a cowboy. I can't help that.
And
he is a better quarterback than RG3. I think as far as throwing the football, I think he has more tools than RG3 has. I think RG3 has one skill set, one package he could operate in.
Yeah.
Winston could do whatever. And he go in the centers, he go in the shotgun. He can do what you need.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I mean, but if that do happen through from like,
it's not.
It's not gonna happen.
Unless y'all, y'all learned y'all lesson already with the Rams. Y'all ain't gonna give up.
No. That's why I was like, that's what made me like, boy. If that happened, yeah, it's gonna be like when they found out about Clay Bixby. Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. I'm so sorry, dog. I'm so sorry, man. I should have let you. I should have just let you drink your drink before I said that.
Oh man.
But anyway.
White power.
We definitely gotta give a shout out to Sarah Thomas. The NFL announced that it's hired its first female official on a full-time basis. Thomas has spent nearly a decade working her way through the NCAA ranks. The current pharmaceutical sales rep will serve as a line judge in the NFL. So, we'll see how that goes. Hey. What?
I don't like it, Coach.
I mean,
I don't like it.
She got money though. Wow.
I don't want this to sound wrong.
The physicalness. I think it's.
I think
Mm-hmm.
for me,
Yeah.
if you officiate a sport,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say you necessarily had to play it, which a lot of cats don't.
Yeah.
But there's no equivalent of what she's saying from a female perspective.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So if I'm an offensive lineman, how can you tell me that I'm being a little too aggressive as far as a personal foul or something when, really you haven't seen this level? You know what I mean?
And that's one thing, yeah. And then that's one thing. It's a steep transition from college football to the NFL, where people are bigger, faster, stronger, and you said more aggressive, to the point where you might look at a situation where you're in the college ranks and you're seeing it from a different perspective versus the NFL, where everybody's gonna go 100%.
Yeah.
And even college they do, but it's just the notch is a whole lot.
You paying for money in pros.
Yeah, you got a family fee.
It's a lit. You know.
Yeah, family fee. Yeah, this ain't just books and tuition and free meals at Chow House.
Yeah.
This I gotta feed my kids.
If she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she's good, then more power to her. I ain't no male chauvinist, nothing like that. But when it comes to football, basketball, I'm calling girls. It's a women's game.
Yeah, it's a women's
softball,
game. Yeah.
baseball, but football,
it's a different ball game where it's like you said. It's like you saying, even you would think especially in that realm as far as trying to referee certain types of intricacies of the game, where like you said, it might deem as he's a little aggressive, but he's really not aggressive in that sense but it's football, and that's where a lot of like you're saying, people
you're supposed to be angry.
Yeah, and that's what and you gotta be a little crazy to do that in a sense. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's such a thin line, and then I just feel bad to an extent if she was to make a call or some type of just the whole backlash that she would receive.
I would love her if he mic'd up to hear them conversations that she had.
Oh yeah, they gonna. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many expletives.
Man.
Like there's gonna be a whole bunch. Like it's gonna be kind of, it might be a little bit too much for her. But if it don't work out, she got a good job. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, where your boy Showtime at?
Oh, hey, he said he battling the cold.
Man,
so,
shout out to Showtime, man. I'm keeping your seat warm for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Get well, man.
Yes, sir. Adrian Peterson. Now, this is one of those things where I've been doing a show about 9 months now. I feel like Adrian Peterson has been a topic of our discussion for, I want to say, at least if I were to put it in a pie graph, about 60% of my show. As far as the talk. The Vikings running back met with Roger Goodell on Tuesday. He's away to see if the commissioner will reinstate him. He's supposed to be off the exempt list on April the 15th, which is next Wednesday. So I just want to, first of all, because I wanted to get your thoughts on just the exempt list first. As far as just what you think about him being on the exempt list, period. first, and then
I have no problem with it. He's getting paid, man.
he's still getting paid.
Hey, so he's getting paid.
He's paid. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
getting paid not to do nothing.
and you're lucky.
Right.
You're lucky because you're lucky at this stage because of what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
They could cut you. You know what I'm saying? That could have been, you know.
And that's unfortunate. You know what I mean?
And
Because what if he was completely innocent? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just had the cloud around him. You know?
And exactly. And I think that's what they're doing as far as having the exempt list to protect the players from those type of situations where you might have a situation where it's alleged that he did something but he didn't. That gives him like a shield of protection. Which I like how that is starting to set up. I mean, some people deserve it, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but so
I don't see what the hold up is.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the hold up is either. I mean, to me, let's just get this over with, trade him to the Cowboys, and let's just get on with our lives.
I don't want him in Dallas.
Y'all gonna get him.
I mean, I don't think we are. I mean,
I'm telling you, in three weeks from tonight, NFL draft.
I'd rather have one of them young cats.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd rather have, Wisconsin, Todd Hurley, I'd rather have one of them guys and to run behind, especially Hurley.
Yeah.
If he's 100% healthy to run behind that line, I'd rather have him over AP. But AP needs to be reinstated, man.
That's what I say. I think at this stage he needs to be reinstated. I mean, I think enough. Like I said, enough is enough. At this stage, I mean, enough is enough.
You would have one pissed off running back though when he come back though.
I know. I'm telling you, your boy Romo and clear like $12 million in cap room. They slide him right on in, man. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna happen, man. Just brace yourself. So in 3 weeks on the NFL draft when they trade him,
man, we need to take that $12 million and rebuild that defensive backfield.
the DBs, yeah. But yeah, hey, we shall see though. I'm telling you, man, it seems like he gonna fall into your lap, man. Like that's what it feels like.
We'll see. We will see.
Yeah. We come back, we'll do our fair foul. We'll talk a little, we'll continue our fair foul with our part 2. We'll talk about Chip Kelly and Floyd Mayweather. So, we'll be back here on Couch Coach Live.
Shout out to Showtime.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, like... Yeah, I think y'all will get him. Like, for some odd reason, I got a feeling like that y'all will get this man.
Whatever.
But
Man, got shit, you got immediate production?
no, I'm trying to work on that.
Alright.
Yeah.
I say, man, get you in the stew.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know, man.
Shit. Press roll, either the press area up top.
Oh, okay.
Let's try that. get some wrestling the day after.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a special weekend. That's all I know.
Man. We're back here on Couch Coach Live. Yes, sir. We're back. We'll do our second part of our fair or foul. Now, we got one of our NFC East brethren, the Philadelphia Eagles. Former Philadelphia Eagle, LaShawn McCoy, actually is in Buffalo now. They got a pretty good squad. I like what they've done in the offseason. I mean, I like as far as getting good offensive weapons. Like we said, the quarterback situation is a little iffy, to say the least. So McCoy, he talked to Philadelphia Inquirer yesterday. He said that I don't think he likes or respects the Stars. I'm being honest. McCoy told the Inquirer on Monday. He thinks that the fact that Chip Kelly, that he thinks he likes the fact that Chip Kelly and the Eagles, instead of just, as far as he said, it was Deshaun Jackson, a half-line takeoff receiver, top-off defense receiver, or the quick-hitting loose LaShawn McCoy. I don't think Kelly likes that. So he wants to be like Chip Kelly and the Eagles versus not trying to feature the Stars. So what do you think about that? Fair or foul?
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
Belichick and the Patriots.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a system.
It's a system.
I mean, he's at Oregon,
Yeah. I mean,
some guys not top-notch running backs in the league right now that he had at Oregon. They fit a system. That's what he's looking for.
And that's what he is, and that's why I never really questioned. That's one thing. Like as far as the moves that he made, they're questionable on certain levels, but that's his fit. That's who he wants in his system. I mean, like, to me, you can't, like you said, and that's why he wants to do it like the Belichick way, which I understand why, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for it. And like, to me, it's like, it makes me realize that he's letting them know that it's not just one person. Like he said, like, you looking at how he said it was Deshaun Jackson, it was a half-line take the top off the defense type of receiver, which, I mean, that's fine to say you have a star like him, which I'm very fortunate that we do have him. Thank you, Mr. Lurie and the guys at the Philadelphia Eagles, but, them. But this is my thing. Like they say, one monkey don't stop the show.
True. I have more problem with him calling himself a star than
anybody. Which that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my thing. Is just like, well, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of scary how their rhetoric, because it almost seems like a fan's perspective, which and 9 times out of 10, fans stand for fanatic, which in the sense of we'll see moves and it's like, oh man, like I've always learned. I learned at an early age, never fall in love with one player, never fall in love, never have that type of like the person that I like is gonna be there forever. It's almost like you need to like the team before you like the player.
I.e. Shaka Smart.
I.e. the Chicago Bulls back in our age. After the '98 championship. Because you can fall in love with Michael Jordan all you want to on that. You knew that stuff. You knew it was gonna end. And So to me, that's like, I definitely, like you said, I definitely think that it's foul that he said he doesn't like stars, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's football is a team sport. I mean, this isn't like this is a unique sport than any other sport that we have where you do have face of franchise, but it takes it takes everybody to be all in. Like this is not just okay, I got one superstar on this team.
Yeah.
He's gonna lead us. No.
It ain't like basketball. Basketball you usually need two good players.
Two good players.
You got
yeah.
a shot.
And you got a bunch of shooters, and you got. Versus football is like everything has to come together. And the money that he's trying to put into him, he can use that for other parts and what have you. So and then what killed me with everybody was like, well, why did you get rid of Jeremy Maclin and then why you still have Riley Cooper? And I'm like, Riley Cooper just is a better fit for him, even though it's what he said. Then that's fine. I mean, we all have slip ups in life. We all gonna say something that we gonna regret. He was just a better fit for their system, and plus Jerry Maclin left because he wanted to go back. He was a free agent,
yeah.
So I mean, they had no choice with him. Like he wanted to go to Kansas City, and he wanted to go. He wanted to be back with Andy Reid.
Yeah, he wanted the money.
Yeah, he wanted the money, and that's what it boils down to. And that's why, like a lot, a lot of people. And that's one thing. It's like you can't fall in love with people. You can't fall in love. It's a business.
You gotta
it's a business.
Realize it's a business.
I mean, I kind of got back into the RG3, but I think after a year, I kind of got back into
when I branded himself the way he did.
Yeah,
I think he knew that his NFL flight was short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the urgency of getting it done.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get that money now while he can. Strike
the iron while it's hot. And I think that's what it really boils down to. And I think it's just more so of, hey, like you said.
The guy that got drafted ahead of him.
Andrew Luck.
Ain't saying a Pete, just balling. You know what I mean?
Because he's, like he said, like everybody said, he was going to be the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, he ain't got no shoe. He got no playoff appearances, though.
Yeah. And that's what it really boils down to. And that's one thing, like you said, that just shows you the difference. The difference between the two is almost, it's I shouldn't say this, but it's almost like Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. But even though RG3 is not a head case yet. I mean, to an extent, he's a head case, but he's not like, knock it off.
Yeah, I can tell my nephew, man. My nephew play Little League, Southeastern Tigers.
Okay, he's still, yeah.
But I tell him, man, you got football players and guys that play football. You know what I mean? And it's a big difference. And RG3 plays football. Luck is a football player. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you're right. And you said that's what it really boils down to. It is like you said. That's a perfect example for that. Because to me, he's really not, and that's why I've been telling people he's really not a football player in the traditional sense. He's an Olympic sprinter. That's what he is. He's not, he's not an NFL quarterback, as far as, I mean, he has a nice arm, he has intangibles that suggest he could be a NFL quarterback, but his skill set suggests, well, I'm an Olympic runner, I'm an Olympic sprinter. That's what it boils down to. But it's now with a transition. So we all know, like the huge fight, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I'm just hoping that this fight lives up to the hype. I just hope. I hope for the sake of people who buying $5,000 nosebleed seats, for their sake. I mean, for the ones who's paying $100 at home to catch this fight.
I'll be one of them. So you want to come through, Couch Coach?
All right, we'll do. We'll see, man. Hey, I'm trying to get these invites. It's almost. I feel like I don't know. I'm like.
Yeah, gotta bring some. I don't know if I can on there, but adult beverages.
Yeah, I'm like the cousin at the cookout. Like around holidays, I give you a call. Like it's like Memorial Day. I call you that Monday afternoon. Like y'all cooking up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be the cousin that call you. Be like. What y'all cooking out today?
Yeah, just don't come empty handed.
Really?
He believe it, man.
Yeah, don't come. Yeah. I'll be like, come over there with the little trays. Bring like 2 or 3 of them.
Man, but what constitute a good fight for you?
A good fight. More.
Forget about the result.
12 plus rounds. I mean, it's 12 rounds. Right?
I was about to say it's only 12 rounds. Yeah.
Only 12. Yeah, I want to.
This ain't Rocky. They ain't got 15 rounds. You know?
I had to think about that too. Yeah. This isn't Ivan Drago and.
Man, ain't back in the day.
No. So I want to say at least I put it this way, I would be fine with maybe 11 rounds. I think
knockout.
I don't want. I mean, part of me do it, a part of me don't, because if you don't get a knockout, I think it's gonna be a situation where somebody's gonna get screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna get screwed if it's. That's what it's like. It's so weird. I don't. That's one of those things. How do I really envision this fight? Like you said, a knockout would be cool.
Who do you got winning?
I had Pacquiao, but then after what I heard today, I'm like, man, this dude is a little paranoid. I mean, this whole thing about he don't want people, his camp is telling him, don't let people don't let people take selfies with you or anything because you might contract germs or somebody might try to hurt you. I'm thinking to myself,
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair to an extent, but it's just like, don't be around. I mean, I know
he gotta live.
I know he gotta live, man. You're right. I think I'm blocking that Stone Age,
that's
Rocky type. Like he gonna be in a cabin in Germany.
That's what bodyguards for,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, unless it's like flag security. Man, yeah. Color money.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he needs to secure like a little booster.
Yeah, I know. The dude just jumped on the stage and bop.
But I got Floyd. I mean, I just the reason why Pacquiao want to beat Floyd is commendable, I guess, but he just need to beat Floyd just to say he's the best.
Yeah, and I think what happens now is when you're hearing everybody else kind of talk, and like definitely like when Evander Holyfield was saying, well, Mayweather will get screwed because the game don't want an undefeated fighter. And I'm thinking to myself, somebody's gonna get screwed.
If anybody gets screwed, it will be Pacquiao.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because if you think about it, Floyd people the one that's doing the fight.
Exactly.
So he's hiring the judges.
He's hiring the judges. He's buying out the venue.
You know what I mean? So, but I just think Freddie Rose comments, man, it's kind of out of line, man.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I mean, does it? And that's what I think. We live in this day and age where it's like I can't. Now I see it now as an adult, like you can't expect these guys to be role models. I mean, when you look at it from the grand scheme of things, case in point, football, like we said, the physicality of the sport, all the attention that involves football. I mean, you gotta think about it. It takes a brave person to play football. I mean, you especially now when the guys are bigger, faster, stronger. And I mean, and some guys at top speeds getting hit with a 25-mile-per-hour car.
I remember Scott Burton.
Oh.
My coach.
Shout out to Coach Burton.
Yeah, man. Marietta High.
Oh, yeah, he's in GA.
In GA, man. I'm going to be with him soon.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll never forget this day. He came to the parents' meeting. Players was there, obviously.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said, I just want you to know, before I even start, if your kid could die or get seriously injured playing this game, if you want to leave, this is the time to leave. Yeah. And I seen maybe 20 parents and their kids get up out the gym.
Well, yeah.
And walk, which was, they knew what it was then, But
yeah, man, because I mean, it's the truth.
I just think parents need to be role models for their kids. Start looking up to these athletes.
Exactly, like you said, exactly. Because I think that's what's wrong in the society because, like you said, I don't expect a guy who punches somebody out for a living to be a role model. You know what I'm saying? Like these type of like
to box, to fight and get hit and hit. You gotta be angry.
You gotta be angry. Like that. Like I'm saying, there's a controlled rage when it comes to these type of things. Like it's so. I can't expect for you to kind of have an off and on switch.
Yeah.
And that's why like people, as far as like, I don't see how these football players get in trouble and stuff here and there. Like you said, like these like going to nightclubs and doing all type of stuff.
Going to nightclubs and doing, getting into fights outside of the football field. I mean, that's totally different.
That's totally different. But to me, I just feel as though when you're a target.
Yeah.
More so than anything, then it's like there's no turning off and on, and that's what I'm saying. Like more so, these guys are going to be in situations where they're going to be in very, very compromised situations. Thus, I can't look at this guy and look at him as an example of a role model, somebody who I can model myself after.
And he's not. And what's funny is he's not trying to be one.
And I know, and that's what I'm saying. Why? And that's what I'm saying. The whole Freddie Roach thing is like, to me, it's stupid because like he's trying to fire Manny Pacquiao, which I'm thinking, and which I'm to a point where this what makes it like so like crazy. He doesn't need any motivation at this stage.
He already has it.
I mean,
to
me,
if he ain't got it now,
yeah. I mean, exactly. It is April the 9th. You gonna fight this man 3 weeks from Saturday. If you ain't got it now, then I'm sorry. You might as well, like you said, be like Coach Burton, get out the room.
Yeah.
But yeah. So to me, it's a little awkward, but yeah. So what we're gonna do? We'll take a brief time out. When we come back, we'll go into a little bit of NBA playoff race.
Shout out to the Magic.
Well, they'll be there next year. They'll be in the race next year.
If we be in the playoffs, you can watch from the sideline, baby.
Sure.
Courtside.
And I don't know, man. I don't know how we gonna do. We probably gonna play the Wizards. I don't know how that's gonna go. Even though they've been struggling as of late, but
I mean, y'all might be alright if they let Derrick Rose take his walk on the floor.
Come on, man. That man's got a wheelchair, man. Leave him alone, man. We'll be back. This is Couch Coach Live. But yeah, man, I was like, but I don't know, that might help him a lot this year with getting Gasol and then Mirotic playing balling this year, so that helped him out. But poor Randy with me, he about to be out. But
damn, come on, Squirrels.
They losing.
Yeah, 2-0. Bottom of the 6.
That's one thing about it. Yeah, they always sell out for opening day.
They actually do good. They do a whole lot better than the Braves.
Yeah.
Cause they more family oriented.
And they creative. They really creative. I like what they do, like certain like theme nights and stuff.
That's how Double A supposed to be.
I know. Yeah, be out, outside the box. Yeah.
Double A is the cats that's about to go to the league, about to get pulled up.
Yeah.
Triple A is for the guys that can't cut it no more at the major league level. They bumped them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always thought it was like Triple A was the jump. No, it's actually Double A.
Double A, yeah. Which they actually upgraded. So what do you think about the whole stadium thing? Like, as far as, you think it should move to Chicago?
Hell yeah.
Me too. That's how I tell people. And it's like, that's what be killing me about people. It's like, y'all always crying about Richmond ain't this, Richmond ain't that. You gotta compete with other cities in the United States. Like most people who have sporting events it's downtown. Compete with it.
Absolutely, but the thing that got me was like people talking about the history and the slave stuff and like what were they? What they built all them parking lots on top of that shit?
Thank you. What's in that parking lot right next to the Hilton Garden? Slaves.
Yeah, so.
I no. What's over there? Yeah, what's in that parking lot across the street from the strip club?
Some hypocrites, man. They could have gotten revenue from that. They could have did something for that, for the schools.
And that's when people kill me. Like, well, they can put it for the schools. Hello, that's money. I'm not saying that's more money to bring in. That bring in more money, more revenue. Because you're in a spot where people can, after the game, they can go get something to eat.
They can walk in distance.
They can walk in distance. You can walk in distance. And if people want to like spend a night and just they got good hotels out there.
And it's so close there that you can overlook the rebel. You got stuff, man. You could do concerts there.
Exactly. All that stuff. And I'm saying they always crying about what they need to improve the schools. But these type of things bring in money for everything. It brings in money because you go to Boulevard. I mean, logistically, it's great that it's there. But as you leave, you ain't know where to go. I mean, you can just get on 64. And then it's like, well, there's traffic. But
kitchen for the restaurant.
Yeah.
That joint is there, but
that's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing down there. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
So, it's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why people think that's such a bad idea. And I'm like, that stadium is old. That stadium's our age. It's like 31 years old. Like 30.
I'm talking about me already. That jump in there before I was born.
Yeah, because it was Parker Field. I'm thinking one.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, it's time for them to move. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all want to be, this, we need to be this city. Like, oh, we got what it takes. It's just people trying to implement it.
And the squirrels trying to. They done renovated and they trying.
Exactly. And they deserve it. They deserve it. And they've been here for 6 years with the promise of we gonna get a new stadium. We are so lucky that they still here. Because it's like anything in life. Just imagine somebody promised you something 6 years ago. 6 years later, they still not delivering on your promise. You walk out.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
You ain't holding your hand in the bar.
Exactly.
Therefore, I'm gonna go to somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else where they gonna build me a stadium and it's gonna be in the heart of the city. And I'm gonna be straight. Just like I like how the guy that got in Charlotte, that new baseball field they got down there in Uptown, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's like, man.
Yeah, I love Charlotte, man. My little sister lives up there.
Oh yeah, it's love it down there. But yeah, man. I was like, they just don't, man. I tell you, that's like, that's the point to have stuff down there. I know, and you're right. They keep on talking about some slave and all that stuff. Well, what's all this stuff down there anyway? Exactly. Y'all want to have parking decks. And remember they was trying. Remember there was a park at VCU. They were saying how what was it? Shoot. It was like on 15 or something like that. They were trying to dig that because they were trying to turn it into something. I forgot what it was. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. Everybody got their agendas. But
Miami playing Chicago.
yeah.
I see them losing that one.
Huh?
I see them losing that one. What's the score?
25-22.
Cool.
You talking about the Bulls?
Yeah.
Bulls up 25-22 10 minutes ago in second quarter. But man,
I don't think Miami gonna make it. Because if Miami got them right now, then they got shit, I just saw that shit. Toronto Saturday. So I don't think they gonna make it.
I'm ready to get back on. Get out now. We back here on Couch Coach Live with our final time out here on Couch Coach Live. We'll round up, got about 15 minutes left. Do a little NBA playoff watch in a sense. we'll start with the Eastern Conference where we have 5 teams that have already clinched. We had the Hawks, the Cavaliers, Raptors, Bulls, and Wizards. So it looks like between seeds 6 and 6 through 11, where it's about a 5-game. Well, was it about a 5-game difference. The Bucks, they holding on 38-40, which I know it's a shame how the East is, man. Like
ridiculous.
it is. Like I think this is. I think somebody they had a stat. They said that as we know, obviously there's going to be 3 teams that are gonna be below 500. Is going to make the playoffs in the East. And they said that's the first time that's happened since like 1992.
They should have a little stipulation. If you ain't 500, you just not in the playoffs. You just get a bye.
And it brings me to my point. Now, at first, I thought this was a stupid idea, but thinking back looking at these standings, what about having a 16-team playoff with the 16 best records?
I would love that. I would rather have that.
I think I would rather have that because it's to be a little bit more competitive. Yeah. I mean, as far as even your first round matchups will be more competitive. I know they were saying, well, logistically that might not work, but it can work. To me, that's one thing I hate when people say that because, okay, you have these 7-game series that last 2 weeks. Like, you have a team playing on a Sunday, then they don't play Wednesday. You can travel 2,000 miles in between the two. You've done it. You've done it in NBA Finals before where you had a Sunday game.
Bottom line is that these guys, it's different from back in the day.
Yeah.
Every team has a chartered plane.
Exactly. It's different. You don't have all you have to do is pull up into the airport on a private hangar.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through an airport. All you do is you drive through the airport and then you drive on a hangar. And it's a parking lot.
Come and go as you please.
Come as you please.
So that's not
and that's what I'm saying. Like and you even when I remember when LA and Boston played the last time in the finals, how they used to have Sunday games and they'd play Tuesday. And I remember one time they traveled between LA and Boston in a matter of 2 days. I'm like, this can happen. Like, I mean, if Golden State had to play somebody like Chicago or whatever, or Milwaukee or whatever,
or even if you had to go back to a 2-3-2, you know what I mean?
There's ways to do it, or like I'm saying, like there's a whole lot of ways to do it, and to me, it doesn't make any sense that we can't come up with this concept because you're looking at, and I'm sorry, Brad Stevens, but you don't belong to be your boss selves that belong in this party.
No.
You don't.
Need to do Milwaukee, need to do Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's a shame, man. The team that get left out of the West probably be like 4 seeds.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And it's so funny because, because even you're right. Because even Utah at number 11 in the West at 36-42. They would be the 7th seed in the West.
They'd be nice. Yeah,
They would actually be in the playoffs. With going ahead with AKA Lil Miley Cyrus. But that's what I'm saying. And it's amazing. Even, shoot. I mean, to be honest with you, even when Denver's 29-49, so that's a little different. But, yeah, because I know, like, that's how I feel so bad. Like, God, just imagine Phoenix was in the East. Like, they'd be like a 3-time playoffs. They've been in playoffs like 3 years in a row.
I could be wrong, but
yeah, I
don't remember a time where a team was below 500 and won the championship.
No.
So I don't see the problem with just cutting them out. Period.
That's what I say. Like to me, it's just like you're saying. Like if I get the 8 best teams, if I can see if it can let me do. I can see if I can switch it. Let's see what you got. Because I'm the crack research department here at Couch Coach Live.
No, I got you right here.
You got it? All right. I'm going to put all the 16 best teams in the league.
All right, here you go. It'll be going from number 1 to 16. It'll be Golden State, Atlanta, Memphis, Houston, Sacramento. LA Clippers, San Antonio, Cleveland, Portland, Dallas, Toronto, Chicago, Washington, New Orleans, OKC, Phoenix, and the 16 seed would be Milwaukee.
Oh, so I did say Golden State Milwaukee. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. They should do that. I mean, to me, it's like you got Golden State and Milwaukee, then you have Atlanta and Phoenix.
That first round will be.
It'll be
entertaining. It'll be Atlanta and oh, it will be.
Yeah, because I'm kind of going like Atlanta, because Milwaukee was a cutoff line, because Milwaukee is 16, and then let's see, yeah.
Because it's OKC, Houston,
Washington.
Houston,
New Orleans. Yeah, Houston, New Orleans, which would be a pretty good game. The Clippers and the Wizards would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Spurs and the Bulls. Oh no, don't do it. We'll be losing the first round. No.
I don't know, man.
Forget it.
With Derrick Rose, old body, and the old Spurs, he might have a.
Shoot, them old bones ain't gonna make it. Ain't enough Oscal in the world. Ain't enough calcium in the world to fix those, man. I just gotta be real, man. You gotta be real.
One a day.
Pretty much. And then you said Chicago, San Antonio. Then you got Cleveland, Toronto. And then
that'd be interesting.
Then our 8 and 9 matchup be very interesting.
Portland, Dallas.
And this, I'm saying, and even in these matchups, they're not logistical headaches.
Or if you don't want to do the top 16, you could do like the top 12 and let the first 2 or 3 or 4 get a bag.
Oh yeah, or do like a play-in or something, like almost like like that type. Not playing, but like
get a bag.
Get a bag, yeah. And then give you time to kind of rescue some time in between the two.
Yeah, they'll make more people play harder. They get their first playoff series out and rest up and injured.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's what I mean. That's what they ought to do. Like, to me, it's like, cause I mean, the way the situation is now is like the Eastern Conference playoffs are going to be a drag until Cleveland and Chicago play.
You're rewarding mediocrity.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, come on, Atlanta and Brooklyn, Cleveland and Boston. These are sweeps. Toronto and Milwaukee, to an extent, could be a good series. Chicago and Washington. I mean, that might be the most compelling matchup at 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Where I mean, at least one team is gonna win. At least the losing team is gonna at least win 2 games.
Yeah, and I think I got the Wizards on that one.
I mean, to an extent.
John Wall, man,
he balling, yeah. And then in the West is pretty. Like you're saying, West is pretty stacked. Like OKC is out the picture at this point.
They're in the picture.
They're in the picture. Yeah, they tied with New Orleans.
I looked at excuse me, my man's schedule.
Oh yeah.
The Pelicans, and they're gonna lose 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be out. OKC probably will do a split,
But isn't that crazy how the Thunder, they're probably gonna be like the best 8th seed in like
ever.
NBA Western Conference history, and just history altogether. That's crazy. That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for Golden State, because even with that, okay, you got Golden State, Thunder, Grizzlies and the Mavs, Rockets and the Spurs. I feel so bad for the Rockets.
OKC, they got Sacramento coming up tomorrow. New Orleans has Phoenix.
Lost.
And then, I'm sorry, I'm using more bad than this. Doggone, New Orleans then go to Houston. It's probably be another loss, depending on if Houston play their bodies.
Yeah.
And OKC, the only one that's real competitive for OKC is Portland.
Yeah.
Other than that, they coasting.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I mean, that's what I mean. It's gonna be. Yeah.
And then going after that, OKC got Minnesota.
That's a win.
So
That's a win. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah. Shout out to the Timberwolves.
And New Orleans got the Spurs. So unless
he has an epic collapse and
a lot of people wrestling people, they done.
Yeah. But what the Pelicans have done this year is it's a step up.
Yeah.
And at least they're gonna have a plus 500 record, so that's gonna
And I want him to go to the playoffs, man. I want Davis to make that step, man.
Yeah.
I like Davis, man.
Yeah.
So I want him to
I think
experience that. You know?
I think he's definitely on his way to stardom. He's gonna be the next big thing in the league. So yep. Got about 2 minutes left to go here on 2 Hour Ride. It is Couch Coach Live. So we're going to our final segment where we'll do what we learned today. Any interesting information that you learned today that you wanted to share with everyone.
We learned that Floyd is not a role model.
Yeah.
Support your VCU Rams.
Correct.
Will Wade is a good guy, he's a great coach. We all love Miss Shaka, but just remember the boys that actually make up VCU basketball. So make sure you still support them and support the program because Havoc still lives there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What I learned today: don't take a selfie with Manny, cause Manny pack it out. Don't do that. If you do have all your immunizations together, make sure you
have the paperwork ready. Have paperwork.
Everything ready.
If you don't, Manny will hit you.
Yeah, he'll hit you, and you'll probably get sued. But yeah. Any final words before we end tonight?
Nah, man. I just appreciate you having me, bro.
Man, it was great having you. Matter of fact, hey, you come every Thursday if you want, man. Like real talk. I definitely glad that you came through. I always gotta bring out one of my former Springers. Our former classmates. How
Oh yeah.
All day.
Showtime, man. You get well.
Yes, sir. You get well. So this is Couch Coach Live. We gonna be signing off. No more final words.
I'm good to go, man.
You're good.
Go Rams. Go Magic. Go Duke.
No way. One shining moment. So, all right. This is Couch Coach Live. We'll see you next week.